What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back with a video, and today's video is actually is episode 7 of Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm going to talk about the beginning because that was one of the most... I mean, obviously, I've read the manga, stuff like that, but there's a lot of stuff that in this episode was not in the manga. So I'm going to just go straight to point, right? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought it was another 10 out of 10 episode. I don't really care. I don't care what anyone got to say. The fights were amazing. And I got to talk about the beginning. That 2 minutes of the original OG Gotei 13. The original OGs. I'll be honest with you guys. I know people don't want to... Listen, Bleach is the best anime out right now. It trended higher than the World Cup. It's beating out... it's hurting Marvel movie, hurting Wakanda Forever and taking away Hollywood and all these other movies and stuff like that. I'm just saying, Bleach is peak fiction. I don't care what I'm going to say, right? It trended higher than the World Cup. I mean, it was #1 worldwide trending yesterday. It was crazy when I saw this episode, man, because I was at work when I saw it. And when I saw the OG Gotei 13, I was like, yo, I want a movie so badly. Like, give me an anime special, a novel, or a manga. Like, you give us an OG. I want the OG Gotei 13 because they just, like, menace. Like, they're murderers. They're killers. They look like they're like demons that came out of hell. And the way they just kill, like, listen, the way the other Gotei, the way they kill, it reminded me of, like, Ninja Scrolls, this anime that came out in, like, the 90s, whatever. It reminded me of Ninja Scroll, the way they just kill and bloody and murder. I was like, yo. And by the way, I remember Unohana, that was definitely her because that looked like her. And her in the younger days. So you already know that she's one of the OGs, but still, man, it's just crazy, man. I just love how they just came out so badass and reckless. And Yamamoto, I guess in the Bloodlust era, the way they killed the Quincy, even their own men, he just stepping on their bodies and burning them away. Soul Reapers, Quincy, about to take Yuha, and then Sachakibe, the way he comes out of the body, stabbing Yuha, and then he stabs him and he moves and Yamamoto blasts him. But I want a movie about it because it's like, or an anime special or something, because alright, Mayuri said you failed to kill him 1,000 years ago. The way you saw that episode looked like he survived. I mean, it looked like they didn't get the job done, because after that Yuha looked like he was just chilling for all the time. And then we get to the part where obviously you have the opening and stuff like that, but then you also have it where, Yamamoto gets his body sliced and then, gets that flashback with Sensui and things like that. And the way Yamamoto goes out, I didn't think they were going to show it, man. They showed it just like in the manga, the way his body gets cut and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie, this is better than the manga. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, right? And I love the manga, but the anime just did such a better job bringing it to life. And then the way Yuha is like, all right, it's time for us to go, and Yamamoto's still trying to hold on to his robe, and Yamamoto's just you watch it's so disrespectful. He's slicing his arm off and stomping on his skull and all this other stuff. He talking about how you guys were a bunch of murderers, you guys were demonic back in the day, and you guys are soft. Pretty much he's calling y'all pussies. That's pretty much what he is in his own language. And they showed you the flashback, things like that. And he even said, like, the original Gotei 13, we would have a problem, man, because we were scared of y'all. I mean, I was scared of y'all. You guys were so demonic. Y'all got me scared. I mean, really, that's how powerful they were, right? They said this new Gotei 13, they're like, I smell bitches. They said they view the new Gotei 13 as bitches. That's how the Quincy's do it, and how Yuha and all of them do. So when they came in there, they stomp, they just kill, and the way Yuha comes in there and says, hey, the original 13 Gorkar squad died with us 1,000 years ago. Pretty much, if you guys don't understand what that means, it's pretty much meaning that the way of the old structure of the original Gotei 13, when they had to deal with them 1,000 years ago, he means like those bloodthirsty murderers, members. He's talking about how you watch even said they got soft because once you kill these Quincy's, you had things to protect and stuff like that, and you guys weren't as bloodthirsty. You guys had love and compassion and actually had peace. So it made y'all more soft. And it's a Yamamoto, you would have killed me if y'all had, back in the day and stuff like that. But, he just viewed that you guys changed. And he came in there, killed him with a bunch of arrows. And then the Vandenreich had the soldiers just killing all the remaining Shinigami and Soul Reapers. Baz B is just stomping on the dude's skull head and crushing it. And then the soldiers keep going in. And obviously Ichigo comes in there. He talks to Byakuya, Save the Soul Society, all that. Then Yuha, is like, oh, that sounds like Ichigo. Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. And Ichigo's like, oh, who are you guys? You're leader of the Soul Society? Are you a leader of the Quincy's and the enemy? He's like, yes, I am. And the way the fight scenes were really, really good. Dude, this wasn't like this in the manga. I remember the fight scenes were like really quick. I remember it was like one or two, a couple panels, but it wasn't like this in the anime. You could tell they extended a lot of fight scenes. I hope they do that in the second part of the war, when they get to the second part of the war in the anime. I mean, y'all already know, I'm not even spoiling this like that. It's been out for like 10 years. But I hope they expend a lot of those fights in the anime like it is right now. Because I ain't gonna lie, the animation, it was almost like Star Wars, almost like red and blue lightsaber, red lightsaber. It was, I ain't gonna lie, I loved it personally, you feel me? And I loved it how Yuha just came in there and just stabbed Ichigo in the neck. And then his Quincy, blue vein, whatever popped up. And then pretty much Yuha pretty much says, Kurage can only contain enemies. It can't contain a Quincy. And then pretty much like, what are you guys saying? Pretty much like, you don't even know about your own mother. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Listen, man, I don't care. You guys are anime watchers. Listen, it's been out for 10 years. Ichigo's a Quincy. I mean, they literally tell you in the episode, he's a Quincy. I mean, he has the blue vein, just like the Quincy. His mother is a Quincy. I mean, it's just common sense. And this is the reason why a lot of people have issues with Ichigo. It's one of my problems with Ichigo as well, but I do like Ichigo as a whole. But I do like other characters way more than Ichigo. The problem with Ichigo, he's literally a Mary Sue. He's a Hollow, he's a human, he's a Soul Reaper, he's a Fullbringer, and now he's a Quincy. Like, he's everything in one. Like, damn, dude. Like, he's everything. He's literally a Mary Sue. So, that's the problem I have with Ichigo. He just has all these damn powers, and he just gets every single race and every single thing inside him, and he's still living. So, that's the problem I have with Ichigo, right? But overall, the episode was fire. I liked it. I did like the part where, he was about to, pretty much the fight was happening. Then Yuha comes in there, tries to clap him, and then Hashfall pretty much says, "Yo, our time of us being in this, of the Soul Society, we got to go back to the Vandenreich." And he talked about how Aizen manipulated his senses, because Aizen, you can tell he's gotten stronger even though he's been in jail. He's manipulated Yuha's senses to the point where he's like, damn, man, I forgot, man. I was like, oh yeah, he altered my senses a little bit. Okay, now it's time for us to go back. And Ichigo's like, hell no, you're not going to come in here and just cause all this chaos and just to leave. He's like, no, I'm leaving. And then Ichigo's like, stop it. And Hashfall, listen, Hashfall, I'll be honest with you, is one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite Quincy, probably. I mean, there's other Quincy's, but he's probably my most favorite one. The way he comes in there, takes his sword out, he just slices Ichigo, makes him look like a biatch. And he's like, oh, damn. He's like, oh, well. And I like how Yuha's like, he didn't even turn his back. He just says, Ichigo, heal your wounds and wait, my son born in the darkness. And like, damn, that's cold as hell. And then at the end of it, they showed you, like if you watch the ending theme song, they show you the images of the original Gotei 13. I ain't gonna lie, they all look like badass murderous savages. I ain't gonna lie. I do want a movie. You know what? I would want a movie where you had the OG Gotei 13 versus the new Gotei 13. And honestly, old gen killed y'all. I mean, I'm just looking at it from the 2 minutes we've seen. The new gen, they're cool. I mean, I like the new gen. But y'all, you got nothing. You got no sauce against the OGs. We only saw them for 2 minutes, and they already destroyed all the new generation of Gotei 13 squads. And honestly, they could do this. They could kill the Quincy's by themselves, honestly. Y'all have 13,000 soldiers. They only have 13,000 members. 13 members. So it's a huge big deal. So again, that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care and tell me what you guys think about this episode. Peace.